Hi everybody, welcome back to class. We're going to continue with unit conversions in this video, and now we're going to be looking at a mix of all the different steps and all the different types of problems you could see. Now with this video, just some things I saw from the other previous two worksheets. One thing is always make sure whenever you're working on these problems and you're writing your answer, make sure that you write your units. I know that it says blank millimeters, so the millimeters are technically given, but I want you to get in a habit of writing your units so that way you don't forget it whenever you need them. So get in a habit. I am going to be marking this one wrong if you do not have your units, so make sure that as you're working on this, you write your units. The next thing is only round when asked. If I don't ask you to round, I want you to write down all the decimal places that were given in that answer. If I don't ask you to round, I want you to write down all the decimal places that were given for that answer. This would come down later on down the road, mainly in chem when we get to, or whenever, depending if you have myself or Mrs. Klein, when you start running into things called significant figures. But that's a discussion for another time. And the other thing is, for this, do not include extra decimal places. If your answer comes out to be 300 centimeters for whatever reason, you do not want to write it as 300.00 centimeters. I know whenever I said we're measuring with a meter stick, you're going to have those two decimal places here. But if we're not actually measuring these out, you don't need to include those extra decimal places. If the answer comes out as a whole number, leave it as a whole number. Or if there's only one decimal place, leave it as one decimal place. You don't want to go adding extra decimal places into an answer. So from there, remember, for this, write your units, only round when asked, and do not include extra decimal places. So let's work through this. The first one, I want you to solve number 1. 2.5 centimeters equals how many millimeters? The correct answer to this is going to be 25 millimeters. 25 millimeters. Or if you just move the decimal place, it's going to be 25.0 millimeters. And you're going to get this by 2.50 centimeters. Start with it, set it over 1. Centimeters in the numerator, centimeters in the denominator. According to the conversion factors up above, 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters, equals 2.50 times 10, all over 1. We're going from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. We're going to multiply bright summer morning, equals 25.0 millimeters if you move the decimal. If you didn't, it would just come out to be about 25. Let's move on to number 2 now. Number 2, I want you to solve number 2. This will come out to an answer of 500 meters. And you're going to get that by 0.50 kilometers, set it over 1. We're going to multiply by 1 by using a conversion factor. Kilometers in the numerator, kilometers in the denominator. According to the conversion factors, I can go straight from 1,000 meters straight to a kilometer. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. The kilometers cancel, and you get 0.50 times 1,000 all over 1 equals 500 meters, because we're left with meters and it's matching what is there. Now let's go for number 3. 3, convert 2.5 hours into seconds. For this problem, the answer comes out to be 9,000 seconds. And we get that by taking 2.5 hours, setting it over 1. You then have hours in numerator, hours got to go in the denominator. So we're looking at time right here. Well, when we look at this, nowhere does it say you can go straight from hours to seconds. But I can turn hours into days or hours into minutes. And you have to decide here. The way you're going to decide is look at it. Is seconds smaller or bigger than hours? Well, it's smaller. So we've got to go down in our units size, not up. So hours to days would not be wanted here. We want hours to minutes. And 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Hours cancel. Well, we're not quite at seconds yet. Minutes is left. So we're going to look back at our conversion factors, and yep, we can go from minutes to seconds. So we're going to get 1 minute equals 60 seconds. There we go. Seconds are left. The only thing left now. Multiply everything in the numerator together. 2.5 times 60 times 60 all over 1, because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, equals 9,000 seconds. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, solve number 4. This comes out to actually be 0.789 kilograms. And we're going to get that by starting with what we know, setting it over 1. We're going to multiply by 1 using a conversion factor. We have grams in the numerator. We got grams in the denominator. Well, according to our conversion factors, we can go from grams to kilograms right by saying 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. The grams cancel out, and you get 789 divided by 1,000. Because 789 times 1 is still 789, 1,000 times 1 is still 1,000, and then we get 0.789 kilograms as our final answer there. And again, we're left with kilograms. We're good. So this would be an example of your silly babies dancing. A small unit going to a bigger unit, divide. And here's our division step. Let's move on to the next sentence here. So we have number 5 now. I want you to solve number 5. I want you to solve number 5. The correct answer to this is going to come out as 0.003214 kilometers. You're going to get this by taking what you know, 3,214 millimeters, set it over 1. So there'd be 2 ways you could do this. I'm going to show you both. One is you could turn millimeters into centimeters. The millimeters cancel. And then you could turn the centimeters into meters. We have 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And then you got to turn the meters into kilometers. Meters cancel. So you get 3,214. Oh, we don't need millimeters now because it's gone. 3,214 divided by 10 times 100 times 1,000, which equals 0.003214 kilometers. The other way that you could have done this problem, and I'm going to put it in this green, is you could have done it as 3,214 millimeters over 1. And when we multiply by 1, we're going to say 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. We're looking right here at that one. And then you take 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. Meters cancel, millimeters cancel, and your answer comes out to be the same way. Either one of these would have been correct, would have been a correct way to do it. One has 3 steps, one has 2 steps. Let's move on to number 6 now. Number six. How many milliliters are in 0.023 liters? The correct answer would be 23. And we get that by 0.023 liters, set it over 1, multiply by our conversion factor of 1, and you get 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, according to the conversion factor right here. We're left with milliliters. We're good. 0.023 times 1,000 over 1 equals 23 milliliters. Solve number 7 now. Solve number 7. The correct answer for number 7 would come out to be 0.0005 grams. Did you get that answer by taking 0.5 milligrams, set it over 1. We're going to multiply by our conversion factor of 1 here, and we have 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. Milligrams cancel. Remember, you want milligrams in the numerator, milligrams in the denominator, and 1,000 always stays with the milligrams. That equals 0.5 divided by 1,000 equals 0.0005 grams, because grams is the unit we're left with there. And now we're on to number 8 here. We're on to number 8. Number 8, solve this one now. How many days are in 8,985,020 seconds? Oh, and make sure that when you do this one, we're going to round. I want you to round at the hundredths place. You're going to round at the hundredths place. So the correct answer would come out to be 103.99 days. And you're going to get that by taking 8,985,020 seconds. You're multiplying by your conversion factor of 1. Seconds to days, we're going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. So we're going from a small unit to a big unit. We're going to be dividing. Silly babies dancing. We can't convert seconds directly into days, but we can turn seconds into minutes. So you get 60 seconds equals 1 minute. Seconds is in the denominator because we have to cancel with the other seconds. We're still not at days. I can't turn minutes into days, but I can turn minutes into hours. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. We're still not there yet because hours isn't what we're looking for. Now we can turn hours into days, though, according to our conversion factors. 24 hours equals 1 day. So now we're at days. So that would equal everything in the numerator multiplied together. divided by everything in the denominator multiplied together. And that would equal 103.99. Oops, sorry, I rounded it there too soon. It would come out to be 103.993287037. That's a lot of numbers. So we're going to round at the hundreds place, right here at this 9. Right after the 9 is a 3. It does not round it up, so our final answer is 103.99 days. Again, this is just a mix of using the different unit conversions. Hopefully doing the worksheet this way with the video helps you understand how to work through each one a little bit more. If you have any questions on unit conversions, please feel free to contact me. Have a wonderful day, everybody.